Good morning, everyone. I think I scheduled my live on YouTube to go live at 11:45 instead of 10:45, which I had intended, and I sent out an email saying I think I was going live at 10:45. So we'll see how many of you actually arrive here, and I apologize for the confusion. Today is the day when the Stampin' Up! New reward system is going live. I anticipate it will go live sometime in the afternoon. As of right now, the Stampin' Up! Website, I think, is down completely while they switch over to the new rewards program. So if you're heading to the store, just know that things will be restored sometime this afternoon. You can check back and just see. They said it will take about 6 hours. My experience is with Stampin' Up! Either it's going to be done earlier, the new reward system will be up, or it will take longer than anticipated. So I did not, when I sent out my email on Sunday about the new reward system, I did not talk about a specific time when it will be up. It will probably be up sometime this afternoon. The scheduled completion would be 2 p.m. Mountain Time that it's scheduled for, so that could be earlier or later than that. So we'll just see. But in any case, the new reward system is going to be great for most people, most customers ordering, because you get rewarded starting at a $20 order or more. And previously the rewards were at $150 or more. When we did that back yesterday or the day before, like for years now, we've been able to create host codes. And those host codes, I use them to capture those smaller orders that didn't qualify for rewards of $150 or more. So those orders they'll get rewarded in their own right. So I am going to be shifting to doing rewards differently starting in May. Right now, my reward for ordering this month is going to be the same whether you ordered with the host code or whether you order using the new reward system. I'm going to reward the whole month in the same way. So it's for every $50 you spend with me this month, I will be sending you a pack of retired designer series paper. It's 6x6. If it was previously 12x12, it has been cut down to 6x6. It will have minimum 20 sheets, and it will be whatever patterns I have left over cut down to 6x6. And you will also get a roll of ribbon. This will be a partial roll, but you'll get, for every 50 you spend, you'll get both a designer series paper pack and a roll of ribbon. So it is a really good deal. I previously have done this. I've only given out a pack of 6x6 designer series paper, and this year, this April, it is for both paper and ribbon. So when the new reward system goes up, you're going to get rewarded when you spend at least $50 with me this month. And you'll also get rewarded on your next order. So when we had the reward system before, you chose your rewards right on that order. Now it's going to be, your rewards are going to be for your next order. So once you close out your order, those rewards could be applied to your next order, or you can choose to save up your rewards and use them to buy something bigger so it feels more satisfying. So it is whatever you want to do with your rewards going forward. They expire in a year. So if you place an order later today, April 15th, they will expire a year from today. So you have lots of time to use them. And I think this is going to be a really positive change because a lot of orders will get rewarded where they didn't get before. And if you're placing a larger order, you're still going to get rewarded. It's based on the percentage of what you order. So it is a win-win, I think, for everyone. All right, I'm gonna pop this aside. I just had to mention that because right now we are officially in the transition time between the time when the Stampin' Up! Store is down and while they are renovating it for the new reward system. And this has been a very long time in the making, and hopefully for us Stampin' Up! Demonstrators and Stampin' Up! They will now have more flexibility to change things more quickly, because the old system was kind of a dinosaur. So now going forward, things should be better for all of us. All right, well, you probably came here for card making, so let's talk about card making. Today is Casing Tuesday, and that's the day when we take a card out of the catalog and we give it a makeover. So let's take a look at what today's card is. And just remember, we have a Facebook group for the cards. So right now over on our Casing Tuesday Facebook group, you can find the link below. You will find this card posted. This is our inspiration card. And then underneath it, you will find other people who have posted their samples based on this card. And you can be one of those people too. You can post your own version of this card on our group. So please go ahead and do that. This is a really good exercise to do for all of us, because you have an inspiration card and you work with it, and it gives you a starting point. Just like, I don't know, I think it's just good to exercise our brain when we're doing art. And sometimes the cards that are picked are not my own. Most of the time they're not my own picks, because we have a group of us that picks. And so I have to work with cards that I'm not 100% comfortable with. So today, this card has layers on it that are crooked. So you have a decision to make. Are you going to leave the layers crooked, or are you going to straighten them out? It is like totally up to you. This is an inspiration point, a jumping off point. And so you take it in the direction that you would like. We also include a sketch, and this will give you an idea of what the original card dimensions were, but please feel free. Make those layers different sizes. They have to fit what you're making. So there's nothing wrong with making layers shorter, larger, smaller, changing out shapes. So just take some liberties and figure out how you're going to puzzle your particular card together. All right, so my card today, I decided to do an Easter card today, and it fit the sketch really well. And I just wanted to share this. I had done an Easter card with this Faith Collection bundle. I don't know if I did it a couple months ago, but definitely a few weeks ago. And I love this if you are using it not just only for Easter, but you have like baptisms, you have confirmations, you have other events, depending on what denomination of Christian you are. This is a great symbol that can be used for lots of different Christian holidays, so and events. And so just keep that in mind. It does, these palm leaves in the background definitely kind of suggest Easter, but they don't have to be necessarily Easter. I just love the way it came together. It's very simple, and I'm going to show you how to make this. I think this is a card that you could make lots of and not go crazy, because there are 2 die cuts on here, but other than that, it's a fairly simple card. So I will show you how to make it, and if you haven't already seen the Faith Collection in action, this is a chance to see what the different parts and pieces are. Okay, I already talked about The host code is no longer in place. We no longer have host codes. So if you're ordering from me this month, for every 50 you spend, you will be getting a gift from me. So that is, that will start as soon as the store gets back up on the line. Today's transition day. And just remember, from now on, orders of $20 or more are going to get you 10% rewards back on your next order. All right, I'm gonna zoom in before I go click on my camera here, because in the periphery outside here, I have a mess. So this kind of makes it look like, oh, Brenda's space is so neat and tidy, right? Okay, let's straighten out my crosses. I kind of just threw them back on here. So this is the Faith Collection bundle. I really love this stamp. And then we've got a solid cross, and then we've got a wooden cross, and we've got some great greetings to add to your card. So if it isn't Easter, you might want to switch out to a different greeting, or take a greeting from a different stamp set as well. So the different things that this cuts out, so this actually cuts out this piece right here, and I was just thinking that this would also make a really great mask if you wanted to use some blending brushes to add some color to the center of here. You would make a mask by cutting a scrap piece of paper with this as a hole in the center, and then you could blend in there. So I think that's kind of cool. This one matches the palm leaf. These ones right here are like these little flowers here. I've got this here. Okay, turn it around the right way. So everything can be cut out, and then of course the cross can cut out on the cross. Or you can take this textured piece like I did right here and just add it to a solid cross and create a really nice dimensional cross. So this is the Faith Collection bundle. I'm also using the perennial lavender paper, and this paper has been around for a while, but it's very popular, so it is sticking around for a while longer. For this card, I use this back here, this green pattern, but I thought it would be fun to create a card, instead of doing shaded spruce as the main color, we're going to do this card in Gorgeous Grape, so you can see the difference. Purple is often also associated with Easter, so let's do a purple card and let's see how that looks. Okay, so to start off with, I taken a piece of Gorgeous Grape and cut it 11 inches by 4 1/4 and scored it in half at the 5 1/2 inch mark. I know, I love to do tent folds. You can also do the fold going in the opposite direction. You can have the fold on this side like a traditional card. I don't know, I just like the fold at the top. Can't stop me. I've got a piece of perennial lavender paper, and this one is just 3 by 4 inches. Couldn't be easier, the dimensions. And I am going to stick this right in the center of the card. Just like that. The sunshine's trying to peek through. I hope all of you had like a beautiful day yesterday. We had gorgeous sunshine and it was nice and warm outside. It's just awesome. Okay, now I have a little piece of 2 1/2 by 3 1/2, and we're going to take this stamp right here. I know palms are green, but let's do like a purple card. Like, let's just do purple. Sometimes when it's really dark, dark things can look purpley too. So I don't know, I think we're just gonna go ahead and do purple here. And I'm just going to try and center this as best as possible. Like that. It's a nice, gorgeous, deep purple. And yeah, we can go ahead and adhere this to the card. And just centering it on the Designer Series paper piece. This paper works really well because it has crumb cake. Both of these papers have crumb cake in the background a little bit. So when we add the other cross, it's going to kind of bring things back together. I'm just going to close this up for a moment. We're going to bring in our little mini stamp and cut and emboss machine. I've got my plates. I need 2 clear plates and my gray plate. It suggests to use the number 1 plate, but the number 3 plate on my machine works better because it's a little thinner. And so you just need to choose what plate works best for you. And if it's not the number 1 plate, then switch to the light gray number 3 plate and give it a whirl and see if that works better for you. So I have the gray plate, a clear plate, a piece of crumb cake cardstock, and we'll grab our crosses, both of them. We need both a solid cross and a detail cross for this. So I'm just going to put this, I'm trying to decide, you know what, I'm going to do this. And I'm going to turn them just a little bit. When you turn things and it doesn't go through on a straight line, if you have room, it's not always possible, it makes it go through the machine a lot easier. So let's go ahead. Oh, you know one other thing I'm going to do while I think of it. Wax paper is your friend. This is a little detailed, so I'm just going to give this a little rub on here. And that is going to help release some of the little pieces afterwards. And just lay this on here and run this through. And what I found the first time I ran my detail cross through was that it didn't cut all the little pieces. So I'm just going to go back into the machine. I'm just rolling my handle the opposite direction. And then I'm going to go back out again because I'm pretty much sure that my solid one will have cut through, because the solid, it just is very easy. When we get detail is when sometimes it's harder. So we're going to need one of these, and we'll pop that right back onto the magnet sheet, and we'll grab this one and let's have a look and see how we did. If it didn't work out right, we will go and throw it back on the die cutting machine. Oh, why are you not coming out? Aha, here we go. All right, let's have a look. So this, we had this go through kind of 3 passes. And yeah, it did pretty well. Sometimes it's just easier to do an extra pass while it's in the machine rather than, you know, waiting and seeing if it cut properly. It just takes a few extra seconds to do that. So that is all the die cutting we need to do. I am going to fold up my machine. Mini machine is nice for traveling, and it doesn't do really large dies, but it is great for those smaller dies. So our plates they're about 3.5 inches. 3.5. I usually don't do anything that's kind of wider than 3 3/8, but it can fit something up to 3.5 inches. And it's just nice to have on hand. It's a lot lighter than the big machine, so it's just kind of nice. Okay, let's pop this over. And you know, I don't mind getting glue on my fingers, but some people do. So if you do use the adhesive sheets, I've also seen now like some people use like a silicone brush on the silicone mat to add glue to the backs of their detailed images. I am just always too impatient to get things set up like that. So I just go ahead and do glue right on there. I think one day I might try the silicone mat one. So there is my little cross. And I want to take that cross and grab, I'm going to flip it over and grab some dimensionals. One down there, and then I'll put one on each of those. All right. Okay, we're going to come in and we will just line this up right in that white space. A cross looks fine, like even if you don't want to do a cross, just the negative space looks really nice too on that die cut. But I did that on one card, and you know, now I kind of want to do it differently. So then I'm going to come in, I have a little piece of basic white. This is about 3 inches by ½ inch. We're going to cut off a lot of this piece, but I like to have enough length to play around. Come back with my same color, gorgeous grape, and we'll just, I'm going to try and stamp straight. So we got he's risen on there, and we'll grab scissors, and I'm just going to kind of match my angles, and we'll slide this in like somewhere around here. Add a little glue. It's always kind of good to test where you're going to drop something before you add the glue, so you kind of know what you want to do. I'm just going to take a look at it like this to make sure it looks straight. Okay. I'm going to get rid of little tiny pieces. Okay. Then to finish it off, I am going to take, these are a new favorite of mine. They are the antique pearls. And what I like about them, you can color them, but they're like a very creamy color, but they've got a little opalescence. Like they look a little bit like an opal, maybe a little bit more creamy than an opal, but they've got that kind of, they reflect, I can kind of see a blue and a pink in here that they reflect. So these are nice, and they come in 3 different colors. So that's also really nice. Sorry, not 3 different colors, 3 different sizes, so that you can do, this is kind of my favorite thing to do with embellishments on a card. I like to do 3 embellishments, and I like to do the medium, sorry, the large and the small on the bottom, and then the medium one up top. And I think that usually looks good, or you can move them around however you want. But I do really like these. They are going to be a new favorite, and they are not retiring. So that makes me very happy for now that we still have them. And there you go. This was very easy, right? It would have been even easier if you have to make a lot of cards. Maybe you have a card ministry at your church. If you have to make a lot of these cards, I would absolutely suggest maybe just stamping instead of adding that cross there. The cross does add a little extra, but it is very easy just to stamp and just leave it blank. It's just, and it still looks really pretty. But there you go. And think about this. So I did this in shaded spruce, and I did this in gorgeous grape. We could do this also in other colors. Just find some paper that has different colors in the background, and then you see, you're just getting a little bit of hint of the color in the background of that paper, and then you can just pull that color out onto the front of the card. So that is my card for today. I know that was a very fast demo. I also wanted to let you know that I will have a little change up coming this week. I will be going live on Thursday night. It's going to be a special live. I am joining a fellow demonstrator, and we are going to be doing a live presentation together. It was her idea. It is her segment. So I will be going live at 7 p.m. You're going to see me at night, which is very unusual. I don't usually do night lives because I am not a night person. So we'll see how I handle the night. I think if it's live, it's easier than if it's recorded, and it will be a live, and I will be I have to remember what the name of the segment is, because I've never done this before, so that I can tell you. Just hold on. It is called, man, I'm moving things around on my computer here. What is the name? I'm doing it with Dana Sullivan. She's awesome. She has a lot of good energy. What is her segment called? I'm scrolling back up through our messages. So let's see. Okay, it's not written down. Anyway, I will send out a thing saying that I'm going live with the link on Thursday. So if you want to follow that live or join us for the live, it will be awesome. It's going to stream to my YouTube channel, so and also to her YouTube channel. So it's going to be in both places. I am not going to stream to Facebook. I'm just going to stream to one place, which will be YouTube. And so I hope you will think of joining me there. If you have not already subscribed to my YouTube channel, now would be a good time to do it. Make sure you click on the notification bell when you're subscribing so that you can get updates on when I will be going live. Give me a like or leave me a comment, and I would really appreciate that. It helps me get seen by more people, and it allows me to do this as a small business, and I really appreciate all of you for that. All right, well, I will like to say hello to all of you. As you know, I like to reserve the comments for the end because I get easily distracted, and so I'm going to say hello to all of you. Hello, Verblue, and Patience is here today. Hello. Tanya's here from Kentucky. Jane is here from the UK. Thank you for joining us in the middle of the afternoon. Hello, Linda from Oregon. Hello, Mary from Indiana. Linda says she likes this reward system so much better. Helps you make small orders more frequently. Yeah, so now I know even for myself in the past, I was always like, well, I only have like $50 to order, and it's not enough to get rewards, so maybe I'll wait and place the order later. And now that we're getting rewards more frequently for smaller orders, it's probably going to increase the frequency of my ordering as well, so that will be really nice. Good morning, Sandy. Good morning, Valerie. Good morning, Deirdre and Nancy. Tanya says, my card is beautiful and she loves that stamp and die set. It is a very nice stamp and die set and it's very easy to use. And Marianne, one of my team members, Marianne, we all know Marianne loves purple. So she's like, puts up a purple heart in the comments. And yes, it's a purple day. Hello, Nola from Oregon. And Nancy says, yes, the purple is the color of Easter. It is, but I also think like palm fronds are green. So, doing the card in green also made sense. So this paper, the perennial lavender paper, it is kind of Eastery. It is a good Easter paper with all of these purples and greens and the brown for the cross. It makes a lot of sense and it is still available, so that's a good thing. Sandy says, beautiful cards, thank you. Nola says, will you do a video on creating a mini scrapbooking project? It feels overwhelming to do those 12 by 12s, but 6 by 6 seems more doable for me. Nola, well, I would love to do a project like that. I'm just not a scrapbooker. I scrapbook very shortly. I actually scrapbook when I was in my early 20s, before I knew that scrapbooking was actually a thing. I scrapbooked my trips to Germany as a student. I did a work program abroad for one summer, and I studied in Germany for a year. And I did albums on those, and I still have them, but I am very much not a scrapbooker. As much as I'd like to be, now that we are getting more scrapbooking stuff, it is, I don't know. I cannot wrap my head around it right now. So no, I'm sorry, I won't be. Maybe if it comes to doing something, incorporating pictures into a project, I may do that. I have done that in the past, but I will not be jumping into the scrapbooking arena. There are a lot of new demonstrators from the Close to My Heart realm that are doing that and that are into that. I would suggest doing Stampin' Up 6 by 6 album, like Google searches, and to try and find people that are doing that you can see samples of. And I'm sorry, I wish I could do all the things, but my heart, I know, would just not be in it. And I really want to prioritize things that I love and that I have a passion for. And Casing Tuesday I've been doing for a very long time, and I love the 3D realm. I love fancy folds too, fancy fold cards. So those are the things I will be focusing on. Valerie says, very nice. Catherine says, beautiful cards. Love the purple. Would love to see a cross box. I have been working on a cross box, and I don't know why. I actually have it completely designed. I just have not released my cross box design yet. It will be a paid tutorial, and for the life of me, this last month, I don't know where my head's at, but I just can't get it done. So we will see. Eventually my crossbox will hit the tutorial store, and my team, of course, will get my tutorial for free, or you can earn it for free with an order of $20 or more. It is definitely something that I want to do. I've got it designed. I just need to execute it. Why are things so hard sometimes? There's just so much going on in the periphery that sometimes it's hard for me to focus on all the things. I am so much better when I can focus on one thing at a time to its completion, but life right now, instead of doing that, it just keeps throwing me things like this, and I feel like I'm trying to catch a bunch of balls in midair. So I don't feel I'm very efficient right now. But I have the ideas, I have the designs, I just need to finish finish them up. Okay. Nola says nighttime works great for her, as it will be Pacific Standard Time. Yeah, I know. It's so hard with all our time zones, right? I know the time zones. I'm actually was born on Pacific Standard Time, and so it is yeah. But Nola says Dana Sullivan is fun. She is fun. We are going to have fun. We've never done a video together, so we're going to, I think we'll have fun together. We'll see. I hope her energy helps pep up my my morning energy, and so I'm not a dull person, a dull night person. And Etsy says she'll be singing in church Thursday night, so she'll have to catch that one later. Well, yes, it will be recorded, so absolutely catch it later. Thank you for letting me know, Nancy. Vera Blue says she loves it, loves the beautiful Easter card. Mary said, will demonstrators still get the 20% discount? Yeah. So if you are a demonstrator, or if you sign up to be a demonstrator, you get more rewards. So there's a reason why it's a good deal to get the Stampin' Up! Starter Kit and become a demonstrator. You don't have to demonstrate. You can be a hobbyist. Stampin' Up! Doesn't make a distinction. We just kind of label ourselves if you're a hobbyist, if you just buy from yourself and don't have anyone else buying from you. But when you sign up to get the starter kit and you place orders, you get 20% off on your Stampin' Up! Orders. And you will get rewarded from Stampin' Up! With this new reward system. So yes, you will get both, Mary. You'll still get your 20% discount, and you will get your rewards on future orders. So the difference between being a customer is a customer does not get the demonstrator discount. So, but you will. All right. Good morning, Sandy. She says lots of scrapbooking memory keeping product is also useful for card making. Absolutely. And that's why we have both in our Stampin' Up! Catalog, and everyone gets to choose what they want to do with it. And I know there's a lot of lovely, beautiful scrapbooking artists out there, and they do beautiful work, and I do something in the 3D realm. And I think there's a place for everyone in this company, and including avid card makers, scrapbookers, and 3D paper craft artists. So there's a place for all of us. Nancy says, don't be so hard on yourself. We know how difficult it can be. So keep all the plates spinning at the same time. I know. I just am hard on myself because I want to do it all. And, I know sometimes I just can't. So that it's a reality, and I have never been so unfocused as I am right now. But the last couple of years have been kind of unfocused. So, this is not me though. I like to have a plan. I like to go live at the right time. I like all of those things. So I'm hard on myself because I'm disappointed in myself because I don't like the chaos. It's just something that I guess I have to learn to embrace. But I appreciate that, Nancy, so much. You are very kind, and I know most of you probably have had a time in your life when you felt that way, so you can relate. So thank you for all of that. And I hope to see some of you on Thursday. Now, I think I am going to take Good Friday off this week and just concentrate on spending some time with my husband. He has been gone so much this year so far, and I want to, he's gone right now. He's coming back tomorrow night, and I just feel like I need to spend some time with him this weekend. So I'm going to take Friday off, but I am going to do a live on Thursday night. So hopefully that will sustain you. And then I'll be back to my normal schedule next week. So I hope to see some of you then. Okay, let's see some more comments pop up. Oh, Marianne says my sound is going in and out. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know what is happening. Let me unplug my microphone right now. And let's see. I don't know why, because nothing should be going in and out. I'm gonna like remove this microphone. I'm using now my MacBook mic. So hopefully that works better. So I was just saying that I am going to spend Friday with my husband, who I have not seen for a while. He's been gone on back-to-back trips, and he's coming back on Wednesday night. And I think I'm just going to spend some time with him this weekend. Maybe we'll do some yard work together. I don't know, but so I will give myself this a long weekend off. On Thursday, I will be going live, like I said earlier, at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will send out an email before my live to let you know I'm going live. So hopefully some of you will be able to join you. Okay, so Verblue says to not be focused, Brenda, you do well in what you present to us each week. Aw, thank you so much. I think it's the behind the scenes stuff that is like the worst for me. So, you know, that is, you know, the hard thing, not going live at the right times. That's like the crazy part. I'm a very punctual person usually, so that drives me crazy. But sometimes as an artist, my brain, I use a different part of my brain, and sometimes I just can't go live. I'm just not ready to, so I don't. All right. Well, I don't know what was up with my sound. I switched to my computer, so hopefully that fixed it. I'll keep an eye on that. I'm just trying to see if my connections were weak. Maybe they're not plugged in 100%. I'll keep an eye on it, and maybe it's failing equipment, and we'll see for the future. If you're live with me again in the future and you think my sound is going in and out, just let me know so that I can hopefully get on top of it. All right, everyone, have a great week, and I hope to see some of you on Thursday night. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.